Hey everyone, and welcome to Caster's Cast. I'm your host, Doug Coleman. This is our first podcast, and we have a very special guest today. We have the caster formerly known as PokeKhai, now MetaKhai, Dylan Tran. How you doing, Dylan?
Pretty good, man. What's up?
Not
What's
a whole lot.
poppin'?
I'm excited to talk to you. You are now a part of MetaZoo history as the person that got second place at the Casters Cup. So I got a lot of questions for you. But first, let's start off with your alter ego, PokeKhai. What's the Kai reference? Is that like a Dragon Ball Z thing, or am I just putting too much thought into this?
Too much thought, maybe.
Okay, fair.
so, so Khai is actually my first Vietnamese name. Well, let me just say my full name. My name is Dylan Khai Yui Tran.
Okay.
I think Dylan gets passable in the media and like in the Instagram world. So I was like, let me just use Khai as my tag name. And I actually prefer Khai as well. So
Yeah, okay. I'll keep
um,
that in mind.
Yeah, so like I like to use Kai because it adds a sense of familiarity to my mindset. So as soon as I hear Kai, I'm like, oh, they're family. They're cool. We're good to go. But I hear Dylan, it's like, oh, they know me from like Facebook or something.
Totally. That makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah,
my mind went initially to like the Supreme Kai and like Dragon Ball Z. Are you a Dragon Ball Z fan or not really?
I barely watched it. My buddies in college watched it. It's pretty dope. But I
Yeah,
personally don't like watch every single episode.
that's fair. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was either you grew up with it or you didn't. But okay, that being said, you're now known as MetaKhai. So are you, that being said, did you play Pokemon competitively at all?
So I mentioned this in another interview. When I was working from home, I was reselling Pokemon at the time, and I wanted to play a competitive TCG because prior I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm like a young adult, I want to get back into it. So I had two diverging paths. It was literally Pokemon or MetaZoo, and I watched like the Pokemon finals on my TV while I was working, and I was like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah, I can get that.
So that's why I went to play to learn MetaZoo because someone reached out to teach me, and then I just picked it up, steamrolled it, and then fell in love with the game.
Oh my god, it's easy to fall in love with. I love the fourth wall breaking aspects and just there's so much complexity to the game. But so that being said, you did mention that you were on other interviews. I do want to shout them out. I watched the one with Alpha Investments and Purple Elf Productions. Please, I'll put links in the show notes for that, guys. You got to check
Ooh,
those out. Great channels. What's up?
I wish it was Alpha Investments.
Oh wait, what did I misspoke. Oh my goodness.
It was Invest Daily. He's the
Invest
homie
Daily.
from
Thank you, goodness. My
is
mistake.
it? He's overseas, and he interviewed me, and we had to set a time. Like he's like on a whole different time zone, so he was super cool enough to make that work for us.
That
So
is
him,
awesome.
Invest Daily, Purple Elf, and then also the Dueling Brothers.
Oh, the Dueling Brothers as well. And that's actually, I was going to get to that at some point. Is how did you meet those guys?
Okay, did you want to jump into it now, or you want to wait a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit?
while we're talking about them, we'll talk about. Let's dive into it. Yeah.
Cool. So I met them. I believe they had to refresh my mind on when we first met. It was one of the tournaments in December. It was the GTB weekend tournament or something like that. It was right before MPN came out, so that gives you time frame wise.
Okay. Yep.
It was like right before MPN was about to launch, and then that's when I first met them. And we were both me and Chris were both playing Frost, and
Nice.
then I think Steven was playing Lightning question mark. But
Okay.
yeah.
Very cool. And okay, well then let's also get back into when you first got into MetaZoo. Were you interested in it during like the Kickstarter phase, or did you get more into it during first edition, Nightfall?
So it's funny. I'll say this like almost every interview. I pretty much hated MetaZoo at first.
Dude, honestly, I think that's everyone's first takeaway. I don't have too much TCG experience myself, but at the time I was doing a Harry Potter TCG podcast with Emilio Soto
Oh
Soto. Yeah,
yeah,
and he's who got me into MetaZoo. He sent me a Kickstarter pack of cards, and I was like, I don't even know what this is. And
that's
I remember
awesome.
looking at the art, being like, this is goofy. But here I am, many years later, being like, this is one of my favorite games I've ever played. But yeah,
Yeah,
Emilio's the man.
for sure. Like at first, when I first heard of it, it was very inaccessible to me. That's why like I
Yes.
had a huge like discernment towards it because it was like I was like, I want to play the game. I want to be able to like pay very low cost to and play like just for fun. But
Yeah.
at that time, it was like they didn't have enough printing. They were very fresh, and they were on the hype train of Pokemon. So everything was just to the max, to the moon,
Totally.
and then that's why I personally didn't like it. But then during Nightfall become extremely accessible in terms of like being able to get it like day of and day
Yes.
after. So that's when I started to like cool down and be like, okay, this game is freaking amazing. So that's when I during Nightfall is when I really accepted it for what it was and like fully took it in and started to love the game.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
where are you kind of located in the world? And like, do you have any like local cryptids to you?
So I'm in Dallas, Texas, where all
Okay.
the hardcore cardboard players are.
Hell yeah. I wish I was in that scene. It seems awesome down there.
So for us, I don't know. I think we have Chupacabra and like the Lake Worth monster in Fort
Yeah.
Worth. I didn't even know he was a part of Fort Worth until I think Chris Catman mentioned it
Okay.
during one of his. I don't know where I heard it from, but apparently that's one of our Fort Worth cryptids. You know, DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. Other than that, I don't really know.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I was doing some of my research for myself. I'm like, there's not too much. I'm in southeastern like Pennsylvania, so I guess the closest we got
Okay,
is the
okay,
Jersey Devil, maybe. So that's a state away. But
that's a pretty cool one though.
oh, definitely. I love. I went to my local game store a week or so ago. It's like about an hour away, so because the scene is like just kind of like evolving or
Yeah.
slowly getting there. But yeah, I was in a game, and all of a sudden I hear someone next to me just scream a blood curdling scream. I'm like, oh, there comes
Oh,
the
dude.
Jersey Devil. So I like that aspect of this game of how it makes us like do things, or someone's roaring like a dragon playing the Piazza Bird
Yeah.
from Walmart and stuff. But
It's
okay.
actually. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
So I was just gonna tackle on that story real quick. So
Yeah.
you mentioned the Jersey Devil scream. When I first played in Houston, it was my first time like playing the game. I didn't really know it, and like I didn't know how this. I didn't know this thing was normal. So some guy in the tournament of like 64 players like screamed like a blood curdling scream, like a legit
Yep.
one. And I thought somebody was getting mauled like
Yeah, no, that'd be
nearby.
scary.
I was terrified. I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, y'all gonna let this happen? What's going on?" But then everyone started laughing, and then I realized I was like, "Oh, I guess it's part of the game?" Question mark.
Yep. That's hilarious. I love that story.
Yeah.
So that being said, let's talk about your experience at the Casters Cup. What was
Okay.
that like? I guess from start to finish. There apparently there was 2 days, and in order to make it to day two, you need to make it into the top 32. We already spoiled the bit that you made it second place, but yeah, just walk us through what it was like going down there and experiencing that in person.
Oh yeah. So beforehand, we all knew the stipulations to making it to day two, which was like basically make top 32 day one.
Okay.
Um, so we were all math braining it like, oh, we got to lose this many games to get move forward. We got to lose or tie this at least this amount or win this amount, and we can move forward. And I was like, I don't trust any of y'all's numbers. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go for it.
totally. Yeah, I would. That would freak me out. Too much anxiety over the numbers.
'Cause I was like, because they said very valid reasonings, and because I like to me, I never get caught up in the numbers and like how you need to win or lose because it just confuses me.
Yeah, same.
I was like, let me just do my thing and then hope for the best. And then I was, you know, obviously I was hoping to win every single game, but I lost two during day one, and
Okay.
I was like freaking out during because like the numbers where you lose two, you can move up, but at the same time, you're still not guaranteed that luxury
Okay.
because there could be a bunch of people losing twice that could be stuck tying for the final numbers.
That makes sense.
So I was just freaking out after I started losing at one game, and I was like, okay, I got to get the next one. I lost the second one, and then I was like, freak, I gotta like kill at these next two.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what decks did you lose to, or which ones did you find most challenging? I guess actually a better question would be, did your decks differed on day to day?
Well, I'll answer the first part. So I lost to Lightning. It was to my buddy Jonathan. He is someone at every single event that for some reason, keep playing. We have this like ongoing joke is like, you take this one, I'll let you have the next one, because we keep beating each other. Like we literally keep going back and forth with each other.
That's hilarious.
So it's like a good or bad thing. I don't know. He's like my friend opponent. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Your
He's a
rival
good
now.
guy. Love that guy. But he showed me a lot. He showed me Tesla coil, so I owe
Ooh.
day two's victory to him beating me on day one.
Okay, nice. Because he showed you the Tesla coil. That's awesome.
Exactly. So I got to show where credit's due. And then also the other deck that beat me was water. It was I think I he got me I got him game one or something, and then he got me game two pretty good, and then game three was just pretty much over at that point. I was like, dang, it's hard to come back from the situation. but
Definitely. And
that
even
was
with the
the
aura advantage too, that I always think water is just like dead in the water against lightning typically, but they have a really good card set of cards to choose from.
for sure. It was like a circumstantial thing, and then I was like, darn. I was like, usually, generally, lightning beats water, but he
Right.
had it down. Shout out to Sam, he had it down.
Nice. Very cool. So what also were the fourth wall environments like in person? I know there was like a
Oh,
volcano at one point and stuff. Like how cool was that to see?
oh yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the other question. I forgot to answer that. So
Oh
you
yeah, no
asked
problem.
during
My
day
mistake.
two.
Yep.
So day two, you said if I played the same deck or not. I actually played. I was terrified that somebody else would play towards the environment, like you were mentioning, like the volcano, like the Halloween dark environment, the ice environment, the cosmic one.
Yep.
Like day two was so nerve wracking that I was like shaking every like round. I was so nervous. I don't know if everybody saw, but I was like jamming the music, just trying to like clear my head and de stress a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was playing Lightning. I was like, I am not confident enough to switch to another deck right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, next year I probably am more confident now that I know how it is, sort of.
Hmm.
But this year for sure, I was like, no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I switch up now, I'm gonna be piloting a deck that I don't understand well.
Yeah.
So I was just hoping that everyone was playing what their decks were, and I was watching the players who would get paired up with who, and I was noticing there were a lot of lightning players. So I literally built my day two build to be like heavily anti lightning.
Yeah. That makes sense. Totally.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and then the final matchup was you versus Easton. Had you played him prior, or was this your first encounter?
So it's funny because I lost to Easton. I played Easton twice. One at Caster Cup and then one at that December tournament with the Dueling Bros that I was at.
Okay, cool.
So at that in both situations, he got me game three, and it was because time was called, and I was like, dang it. Well, if Caster Cup, he definitely took the dub. I was playing it back the way I played it, and what he had, he definitely took care of the game as he should have.
Yep.
So, but when I had him in December, I think I should have took that one.
Fair. That's funny. I also think that what are the odds of having your birthday on the day of the Cup tournament and using that first celebration or first anniversary celebration like to its full ability? That had to feel good.
Dude, I wish I was like that sounds awesome.
Yeah, right.
I was like glad it was his birthday because he won like such a cool event. But I
On
was
yeah,
like also
birthday.
scared that like he would use it on me.
Yeah,
I was like
definitely.
please, it's like please. But he didn't use it in that terms of like at much of an advantage. He played it where he didn't need to use that birthday
That's fair.
advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also the best part about that card really is just taking away the traits of all the cards till the next turn. But that all being said, what were the prizes that you walked away from that day? Because I know it was a lot. You also got some sealed product.
Yeah, so it's funny you say walk away with because there was so much product they said we will have to ship it to you because they don't want you to like walk out of this tournament without being
Oh,
able to hold everything.
that makes perfect
Uh,
sense.
so they sent it was obviously the cash prize, the 50,000. They gave me this huge trophy. It's over there by the door. It's
Hell
over
yeah.
there. They gave me this check. You can kind of see it peeking over me.
Yeah, that is sick.
Uh, what else did they give me? They gave me 5 Kryptonation First Edition, 5 Nightfall, um, 10 CN2, 10
Ooh.
Wilderness, um, and 25 player packs, and then 50 Collecticon caster packs, and then the jersey, and then the hat. I'm trying
Ooh.
to think. Like I think that's all I. There's more, but that's all I got on top of my head for now.
That's amazing though. What a haul. And are you
Oh
more of
yeah.
a sealed collector or did you crack into a bunch of that stuff? I feel like I wouldn't be able to keep it sealed.
Oh, I'm actually. I'm a very. I like to open what I need.
Yeah,
So I pretty much didn't open any of it. So
fair.
to this day, I still never opened up a Kryptonation First Edition.
Oh dang.
Uh, so it's just like I don't know. I never
No
opened
need at
one,
this
and
point with second edition and everything. Yeah.
yeah. So second edition was what I needed. So I was like, I'm just gonna let these sit on the shelf and collect some dust.
That's
So
fair.
I have this like strict rule is like I only open up one or two of the boxes, and then anything else I just buy the singles.
Yeah.
Um,
That
just so I
dude,
can
smart.
preserve my sealed collection. Say again.
Yep. Oh, that was smart to do it that way because I'm the same way. I went through. Well, I'm not. I busted like 4 Nightfall boxes, and then it was like I still never got like the Headless Horseman. It's just like damn it. So you're just better
Yeah,
off just getting what you
exactly.
need.
I think the only thing I opened was the caster cup packs, the standard and then the player.
Yeah.
The booster boxes, I did a lot of trades. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, but I've been trading for a lot of stuff.
Oh no.
Uh, I've been hunting these down with my sealed product that I got. I traded for
Ooh,
a bunch
let's
of Prism Auras,
go. Yes.
some FACs. So I've been using my sealed product in terms of like trade advantage. So that's how I've been using it.
That's smart. And I know some players are speculating that they might release Prismora again in like another fashion. Do you think that's going to be the case, or do you think that this Prismora is going to be like super sought after for some time?
See, I want to say they will not, but I can't speak for them.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's all speculation. Yep.
I would say that Prism Aura is literally carrying wilderness aside from like the secret rare and the golden ticket. Like
I
if you look
agree
at the numbers,
100%.
Prism Aura is the only one that's holding its ground, and sometimes even closer to the booster box price.
Yeah.
So I would hope they don't reprint it in terms of securing the value for wilderness, but
Yes.
they have done it for an OB9, the red, power up red.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I bring that up. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I
It's
hope they
nice when
don't.
they
And
make
I don't believe they will.
playable cards like that more accessible. However, yeah, I do like the fact that this makes it more valuable for the set of wilderness.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fact that you opened some of your player packs, did you happen to pull any full hollow lightning in a bottles? Because man, I want to be the kind of person that has like a flex deck, and I have a water deck right now that's everything's hollow except 8 cards, 5 lightning in a bottle, and 3 title pool. And it's like, man, I want to get 5 lightning in a bottle full hollow, but
Oh,
do you
you're
see what they're
crazy.
going for? Yeah, I'm never gonna do that. And also to put them in a deck too, I'd feel like a madman. So, but
I
yeah,
almost did that. Well, because after Caster Cup, I went on a crazy hunt for like the hollow versions of everything,
yes.
and then after I realized how detrimental this decision was, I was like, let's not do this.
No, exactly. It's better get out while you're ahead. But no, I had to ask because yeah, that's such a chase card for me. Lightning in a bottle, just classic.
Oh yeah, I didn't pull any of my chases, but I ended up trading for them basically.
Smart. Cool. So that being said, knowing that MetaZoo does a lot of collaborations, is there any company, intellectual property, or person you'd like to see MetaZoo collab with in the future?
Ooh, that's a good question. Shoot.
And yeah, and
Oh
take your
my.
time on it because there's all sorts of things they could collab with. But one thing that comes to my mind that I'm a big fan of is the Revive board that I have in the back. I'm not a big skateboarder, but I started doing it again in recent years. And man, once they had that collab, I was like, I'm instantly getting that. And man, I love Piazbird. It's probably my favorite beastie. So yeah, I do love that they did like a collaboration with a skateboard company. But does anything come to mind for you?
If I had a choice, it'd be Red Bull. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Nice.
I actually don't like Red Bull that much, but if it's there, I'll drink it. But the vision and brand that they bring in terms of like extreme sports and like stuff like that,
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing to have to push the MetaZoo brand. I mean, of course they're not. Let me not talk because I might be talking out of the water.
No, I like that. I'm just picturing the Red Bull logo replaced with a Jersey Devil or something. So I think it could work.
Yeah, or Jersey Devils wearing some Red Bull merch or something. I
Yeah,
don't know, it'd be sick.
perhaps. Yeah. Okay. So, and then another question I had for you, and I feel like we talked a little before we started recording. You have a sample Quetzalcoatlus card, and that was
Yeah.
like for like the longest time your chase card. 2-part question: did you get it graded, and what company did you go with if you did?
Okay, so I did get it. I traded my player packs and my caster cup packs for it. Not a lot, but it was a worthy deal.
Yeah,
I'll keep that deal disclosed because of the
that's fair.
for obvious reasons. But
Yep.
what's it called? I got it graded. It's currently out of my hands right now. It's currently being graded with PSA.
Nice.
And my guy, he's speculating it to be a 9 or 10. So hopefully, I don't know. I
Fingers
hope it
crossed.
gets
Oh
one.
man, I'm
I
gonna have
hope
to
it's
keep an eye
the 10.
on your
What's
Instagram feed for that.
say again?
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on your Instagram feed for that.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited, dude.
Heck yeah. So now that you have that, what's the new chase for you? Do you have a new chase, or are you like just happy to have that?
Well, I personally wasn't ever chasing anything aside from that,
Yeah.
but oh man, I was telling you that I'm expecting mail to come in like today.
That's that.
So
I thought it might be this graded Kets. I wasn't sure.
it's not.
Okay.
It's even better.
What? How?
It's even better. I was not uh, in on my radar to get this item, but if I had a Grail, it would probably be one of the OG medals that I don't have already.
Fair. Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so I don't have the second place or the first place. I have the third place. It's currently being graded right now.
That's sweet.
Um, but I want to. I'm these like high end like super hard to get stuff. I'm like, this is sick. I would rather have this and this kind of thing. But
That makes
this
sense.
card that's coming in, I wish I could tell you, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't want
That's
to
fair.
spoil it.
No spoilers yet. Well, we're gonna find out soon enough, fam. But
So
that's
I'll just
exciting.
say again.
That's just super exciting. I'm excited for you for that to show up.
Oh yeah, I'll just say one thing though. Um, you know how the golden ticket is rumored to have equity in the company.
Yes.
What I got is what I think is having equity in the company.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. That's exciting. All right, I can't wait
Uh,
to see what it is.
that's my personal opinion. That's how I view what I just got.
Oh my gosh. Now I need to know. I can't wait.
Okay. Anyways, carry on.
Yep. I only have a couple more questions for you because I don't want to keep you too long. But one question I did have is, what's the best card you've pulled to date? I mean, Prismar is probably up there.
I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but I actually pulled the blue ink.
You did? No way. Oh man,
Yeah,
I did miss that. Oh my god, that's
it
amazing.
was it was on my second booster box of Crypto Nation second
No
edition.
way.
I was doing a whatnot stream, and at the time I was just like trying to make some extra side income. I was like, I'm just gonna sell the packs so I can have a free box topper. I did like a promotion. It was like early access. I got it from Chicago, and it was like that weird time frame where it was like Chicago had it earlier, and then releases right here, and I was
Okay.
right here, and I was like, hey, I just want to promote my whatnot. I'm selling packs for retail. Come check it out. And then I was like, I'm selling these packs, and then some guy offered like $72 for my box topper, and I was like, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already made my purpose. I already sold enough so where I can enjoy this pack for myself like I intended on it.
Yep.
And
I'm so
I stick
glad.
to my word. And I opened it, freaked out, and pulled a blue ink.
That's wild, dude. Oh my gosh, that's got to
Yeah.
be like just a surreal experience. That's fantastic.
Oh, it was
Um,
awesome, dude.
Last couple questions I have for you. Knowing that Lightning currently is the king of the meta and that Water previously had been, what aura type or combo of aura types do you think has the most potential to dethrone Lightning?
Well, I've been in a tournament post Caster Cup, and I was almost dethroned by Ice or Earth. So,
That's where my mind goes too, but if we get around to playing a game later, I have another aura type in mind that I think has a chance, but most likely not. But yeah,
oh man.
Ice does, I think, have a good shot.
But yeah, I figure out how to play around both of them. But
Oh,
Earth, I think,
oh
is the
no.
one that's super hard to counter in terms of like the straight up aura advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. And also, some of those beasties have a crazy amount of health. Those Earth
They're too
beasties.
thick, man. It's so
Yes,
hard to fight. It's
with
so hard
both
to fight them.
C's. All right, then we're gonna wrap this up. The interview aspect. A few quick things. Are you going to Roswell for the New Mexico UFO release at all? Just curious.
Yes.
You
So
are
I'm actually
cool.
on Friday. I have so I wasn't planning on going to Roswell. They announced the dates to be the 29th and 30th, which was like Friday, Saturday, I think at first,
Yeah.
in like the event chat. And then I was like, oh, I can't make that. I was wait like it's on a Friday. I work, etc. So I ended up creating a UFO release event at my buddy's ramen shop, Oni Ramen.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be on that Friday, and then they announced recently that it was on Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yep.
So I was like, "Oh my god, I could make it!" So a lot of
Let's
my
go.
yeah, so I'm gonna
That's
be going,
exciting.
but a lot of my buddies that are participating in my event, I'm surprised they did it. Shout out to the homies. There's some real ones. They a lot. It's like almost 20 of my buddies that are in my tournament.
Yep.
They're saying they're gonna stay during the actual ramen event, and then afterwards go towards Roswell. Like
That's
all of us are just gonna
amazing.
straight carpool there. And I was so surprised. I was like, "You guys, you should like if y'all need to leave, please like leave early so you don't have to like be too tired the next day." but I'm super grateful for all of them. Really,
Hell yeah, I love this community. There's really nothing quite like it. I've been just
there's
like
nothing like it.
I've been baffled by it. It's something else.
Yeah.
Before we go, do you have any tips for beginners? Because I know this game can seem very intimidating, and I know we're talking about some of the more complex gameplay aspects of it. But for anybody that's just interested in MetaZoo at all, what words would you have for them?
Um, right away, my thought process is become open minded.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're trying food, right? It's like don't be too picky. There's gonna be some weird stuff that you don't agree with or you don't like, but once
Yes.
you accept it and get past it, you might start creating a new taste for it or something like that. So I'd say be patient with yourself and whoever's teaching you, and understand that this game is weird, but that's why most of us love the game is because it's
Yes.
weird.
100%.
so so
That
that's
was
my advice: just be open minded to it.
it rings so true though too, because like me, as like when I first got into this game, I looked at a card like Frogman and said, I'll never play this card. What the fuck? What is going on with this card? There's so many status effects I just don't understand. But then once you get past that hurdle, it's just like, oh my god, this game's so goddamn fun.
Oh,
Last
I do have one big
Oh yeah,
thing. Sorry.
go ahead.
So this is super important when teaching people. You have to show MetaZoo what makes it unique. So what I like to show people in like terms of uniqueness is play Beast of Busco on their side of the field,
Ooh, yes.
and I literally show them that, and their mind's blown. And I'm like, I have to keep doing this because like that's the way. You got to show them why MetaZoo is weird and why we love it.
And why it's different. Yes. Oh, definitely. All right, and then lastly, do you have any websites or social media you would like to promote? Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast talking to you.
Oh, absolutely. So my Instagram that I'm like super active on is Instagram is at meta MetaKhai. That's my Instagram. My personal website for my store, I'm going to be carrying UFO.
Hell yeah.
It is Tranboys LLC, TRANBOYS LLC.com.
Awesome.
And then one major last shout out is to my pro sponsors, Caster Society. Literally, if you want to learn the game, you want to play it even better, you gotta be in the cahoots with Caster Society. I'm telling
Definitely.
y'all, they're the best people ever.
Yep, I'm in that Discord. I've watched a lot of their content. I saw they're working with the Meta Bros. The Meta Bros, shout out to them. They're the reason I'm even doing this because just like their content is just so good. It's very helpful for people that are just trying to get into the game. And yeah, it's
Dude, they're
awesome
so
seeing
good.
them work with the Caster Society. Such a great place for the community to all like congregate and work together and play games. But
Exactly.
that's going to do it for this episode of Caster's Cast in the interview aspect. We'll be back with a game, hopefully. We'll be playing some Lightning versus Dark Water. I don't know what I have in mind, but it's going to be a mess. But tune in for that, too. Thanks so much for joining me, Khai.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me, dude.